Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. My name is Veronica, aka Little Miss Skin Expert. I'm here to show you guys some lip swatches on nudes, my favorite nudes, ones that I picked up from the drugstore, some that are prestige brands. I just love me a really good nude shade, and I always am on the hunt for like a new one. I don't know why, but maybe because that's just like the universal shade to wear during the day, and so I thought maybe making a video on it was something that would be helpful. Nudes can, be anywhere on the color spectrum from brown tone nudes to peachy tone nudes to a true nude, just like red. So that's what I am here to kind of demonstrate. Well, I really hope you guys find your nude, and please comment below on the nude that you guys end up with, because I would love to know what your favorite nude shade is. So without further ado, let's get started. Yes, it's been a while. Happy Tuesday. I know, it's like, wow, where have I been? I've been around, but I've just been kind of hanging out with the fam. And so I thought I would hop on while I had a minute, because I've been thinking about you guys, and I've been thinking about doing a video on my favorite nude lipsticks, my favorite nude lip glosses, and my favorite nude liquid lipsticks. So this is like what I came up with, but it's like, dang, it's a lot. So I'm gonna just kind of probably pick my top faves, just because for the sake of times, but let's get started. When I think of nude lipsticks, I think of like my lips, but like better. Like it could be on the hue of, on this color spectrum of mauve-y, or it could be on the spectrum of brown, or it could be on the spectrum of peach. So it was really hard for me to be able to choose what I felt was a true kind of nude, because in some ways all those shades on the spectrum are nudes. This kind of came up because last year when I was trying to find a nude lipstick for my wedding, I was trying a ton of lipsticks on because I wanted to make sure that it was the right shade. Now, one of the things that I learned in the process of trying to find a nude for photographs for my pictures for my wedding was that you didn't want to go too pale, because what happens is during when you take pictures with a very, very pale nude lipstick, it washes your lips out, and then you look like you don't have anything, like you have no lips. So I was like, hell no, I don't want that. But well, obviously it all worked out. So but I wanted to share with you the first shade. The first shade is by MAC. This is the shade called Honey Love. It is a matte. So without further ado, let's try it on. So this is the shade called Honey Love. I absolutely love this lipstick. This is a lipstick that, is peachy. It leans more on the peachier side of a nude, but I really like that for my skin tone, and I think it complements a lot of other people's skin tone as well. What I also like about MAC's formula is, for me anyway, I haven't experienced any drying out of my lips. Like, so I know some people suffer from that with some of MAC's matte lipsticks, and these are just ones that I really love. That I love the formula, I love the pigmentation, I love the shade range. So once again, this is the shade Honey Love. I think a lot of people own this shade by MAC. I mean, I could be mistaken, but I know, like, when she told me about the shade at the counter, I was like, oh, I don't own that one. And she's like, really? Everybody owns that one. And I was like, you know what? I'm surprised I don't own that one. I may have owned it like years ago, but I just forgot about it. But let's get started. Okay, so this is the shade called Velvet Teddy. So it is not like the other one, Honey Love. It's not a peachier nude. This one is more of a, like, it's got a little bit of mauve in there and maybe even a little bit of brown. But let's go ahead and swatch this guy. Sorry, I don't have my mirror up. I should have. So once again, this is the shade called Velvet Teddy. I believe this is actually the shade I used for my wedding day. So this just gave me a little bit of something. It was like a little bit deeper than my own lip color. You know, pair it up with a little bit of gloss. You know, you can even wear it with a, you know, a liner. So the next shade is another MAC shade. I just loved all of MAC's lipsticks, and that's why I used to be like a huge collector of them. So I ended up with a lot of them, but this is another one that is in the nude family. This is the shade called Faux, and this was actually one I went back and forth on for my wedding. It was either going to be Faux or it was going to be Velvet Teddy, but I ended up, I believe I went with Velvet Teddy. But let's go ahead and swatch this guy. So once again, this is the shade called Faux. As you could tell, it leans a little bit more on the mauve-y side, but I really love this shade. You know, you can pair it with a lot of different makeup looks, and yeah, it just became one of my favorites that I've used it a lot. And then I think it'll be a nice one to use, you know, for next month, Valentine's Day. You know, so if pink isn't your vibe and red's not your vibe, maybe you're a mauve girl. So anyway, once again, this is the shade called Faux by MAC. This one's pretty funny for me because I think I've actually gone through like 2 of these lipstick tubes by MAC. I wore it a lot, and I wore it a lot with a lip gloss over it because I didn't wear lip liner, and you know, I was like, well, how can I kind of intensify this a little bit more? But the color is called Jubilee. This is a luster, so it does have a little bit more of a sorry, I should have erased that faux color. This has a little bit more of a glossy sheen to it, as you can tell, but I liked that, especially for the summertime. I think that'll be a nice thing to have, is just have that little glowy, pouty kind of lip look. So without further ado, let's swatch this baby. So once again, this is the shade called Jubilee, and again, I just love this shade. I've gone through 2 tubes of this. I love it. I feel like too, a lot of people's skin tones and makeup, you know, looks can be worn using this color. But once again, this shade is called Jubilee. Last year, MAC came out with a new formula called Powder Kiss lipsticks, and I loved those. Now, the thing is with the Powder Kiss lipstick formula, it doesn't last very long. Like, you can probably pair it up with a lip liner and it will help in the longevity of how long it'll last on your lips. However, this was it's a very unique formula. It's just that powdery, kissy kind of formula. So the color I picked up is this shade called My Tweety. It is like a tawny kind of peachy nude. So I think that's the reason why I was so attracted to it. So, but without further ado, let's swatch this bad boy. So yeah, this kind of leans a little bit more on the peachy brown spectrum of the shade range. And yeah, I mean, I really love it. I actually use it a lot. It does have like a little bit of a flavor to it. I don't know why, but I don't know what they put in it. But anyhow, once again, this is the shade called My Tweety by MAC. Okay, so now we're on to a new brand of lipstick that was probably one of my most favorite lip color for 2018. And the reason I say that is because I wore it in a lot of my looks throughout the year last year. So I'm excited to share it with you. It is the shade called Fuel. This is the by Urban Decay. Yeah, look at that. It's already short. But I love, love, love this lip color. This is a cream lipstick, so it's not going to be matte and it's not going to be glossy. So without further ado, let's show you the swatch. I'm thinking even in my profile picture, I'm wearing this shade. I'm not sure. But yes, this is one of my top 5 lipstick shades that I wear a lot of. So once again, this is the shade called Fuel by Urban Decay, and it is a cream. So if you guys don't like a matte and you guys don't like a gloss, but like a little bit of a something shimmery, like, well, not shimmery, I shouldn't say that, shiny, this is your vibe right here, cream. Another favorite shade that I found by Urban Decay was this shade called Interrogate. It's very, very similar, and actually I should pull that so you guys can see the similar lipstick shade that it is. So this is the shade Interrogate, and then this is the shade called Fuel. They are very, very similar. This one's just a little bit deeper than this one, but you know, you can't go wrong with either one. So if you can't get a hold of Fuel and you love that one, then try Interrogate. But without further ado, let's swatch Interrogate, because that's the one we're trying on right now. Once again, this is the shade called Interrogate by Urban Decay. This is also a cream texture, so you're gonna get the creamy kind of appearance with this shade, but I love this one. This one leans kind of like in the peachy-er kind of nude, and I think that's just one of those shades that I gravitate to, or more on the peachier kind of warm tone lipstick on the nude spectrum. So the next shade is also an Urban Decay lipstick. This is actually a Comfort Matte lipstick, and this is the shade called Unicorn. This one's an interesting shade because it's like a peachy pinky color, and I really liked it because like I'm really into that mod, like really like big eyelashes, lots of liner, and then like a nude, bright nude lipstick. So that's kind of what this shade reminded me of. So let's swatch it. So yeah, just paired up with the right eye look, paired up with the right like setting, I think this is a lipstick I love. You know, I was wearing this a lot just to kind of give my lips a little bit more of a pinkier look, and it became one of my favorites. It was one of my first Urban Decay lipsticks that I ever purchased, and then I ended up buying a few more. So once again, this is the shade called Unicorn. Last year, during the middle of the year, I would say, maybe even towards the fall, I can't remember. I know it was last year. Too Faced Cosmetics came out with their nude line, which was really cool. So they had like a wide range of different nude lipsticks, and I was like, I'm on it, I want it. So I ended up buying 3 of the shades, and I'm gonna swatch those for you. These ended up being my top 3 from them. They have other ones too, but I felt like they were a little too deep for me. This is the first one. This one is the shade called Send Nude. So as you can tell, it washes me out. However, what I loved about this shade was that I could pair it up with a lip liner, and if I was really looking for this like nude look, this is it. And I don't have anything like this in my collection like that gives me this kind of it's not the formula is different, the color is different, and the opaqueness is different. So I really love this one. So once again, this is the shade called Send Nudes. This next shade actually reminds me a little bit of Unicorn, just because it is like a pinkier, peachier nude. So this is the shade called Can I not talk? Strip Search. So I'll swatch that for you. Again, I just love the formula that this is because it's like a balmy kind of lipstick. Like that. Once again, this is the shade called Strip Search. This is definitely probably my second fave from this line. Next. You guys have been following me for a while. No, this one right here by Too Faced is my favorite. This is my dog. This is the one that like I was so bummed out one day that I couldn't find this lipstick and was like, I can't find it, so I have to use this one. And then I ended up finding it. It was probably in my purse or something. I can't remember. But anyhow, this is the shade. This is called Birthday Suit. So let's swatch it. I think I love this one too because it's like a peachy brown nude, and so again I do tend to gravitate to a peachier kind of lip color, and I just think it complements my skin tone. So once again, this is the shade Birthday Suit. Too Faced, thank you, thank you, thank you. I love this one. Lips are just like insanely dry right now, and they're just like screaming at me like, please stop. Guys, this is such a long video. I'm sorry, guys. I hope that it is helpful for you guys. So on to the drugstore brand lipsticks that are my favorite nudes that I have found that are my current favorites. So In 2010 is when I discovered this lipstick. This is by Rimmel, and this is the shade called Nude Delight. So I was not really into wearing a lot of lipstick. I was wearing lip glosses, I was wearing balms, I was wearing tinted lipsticks. If you're that girl or guy, then this one is for you. What I liked about this one is that it didn't dry out my lips. So and that's the shade. Once again, this is the shade called Nude Delight, and this is by Rimmel London. So I recently just discovered this lipstick. This one is by Maybelline. It is their matte lipstick in the Color Sensational line, and it is in the shade called Clay Crush, and I have been wearing this actually a lot. So let's show you. Clay Crush. What I like about it too is it's not like pinky, it's not, well, it's a little peachy, but it's like, I don't know, like to me, a really good nude. And I feel like it can really cover a lot of different shade ranges in people. So I feel this one's awesome and you should get it. It's like $5. So once again, this is the color Clay Crush by Maybelline, matte. I like their mattes. If matte isn't your vibe, and you're looking for a drugstore brand, maybe like a gloss kind of nude, then this one is one I would check out. This one is called Baddest Beige, and it is also part of the Color Sensational line by Maybelline. And as you could tell, it's a really nice shade of nude, and it has a glossy texture to it. So let's show ya. I think what I was attracted to besides the shade in this was the wand. Like, I just love this packaging that they put it in. But anyway, sorry. Anyway, once again, this is the shade called Baddest Beige by Maybelline. We are on our last lipstick. Thank God. It's almost to the glosses, and then we will move into the liquid lipsticks, and then we are done. All right. So this one I discovered just by being attracted to the packaging. So this is by ColourPop. This is their Luxe lipsticks, and it's really cute. I love the packaging, and I love like the embossing that they put on the lipsticks. Very cool. So, but what I was also attracted to was the fact that this was a nude, and I love nudes, as you guys can tell with my collection. This is the shade called Appy, so it's just missing the H in the name, Appy. So let's watch it. Okay, Appy. So this one actually looks a little bit brown on me, as you can tell around the rim of my lip. So this is, there's like no pink hue in this guy whatsoever. It is like a peachy, nudie brown, kind of like that. But once again, this is the shade called Appy by ColourPop. I really love their formula. Let's get started on the glosses. Okay, so the first one that I'm going to talk about is this one right here. This is the Fenty Beauty Gloss Bomb, and I love this one right here. This was recommended by my sister, and she was talking to me about it, and she was wearing it a lot, and she was like, I really love it. I think you'll probably like it. You'll probably end up getting it anyway, which she knows me, so here we are. I think even my mom ended up getting it too, but let's watch it. So it just kind of gives the lips like a juicy, kind of sultry, like kiss me kind of look, I guess. But I love it because it's definitely one that I put in my purse a lot, and I love the smell of it. It's like a fruity kind of scent. Which I know that like a lot of things I don't like scents in because over time you become sensitive to it. That is true, by the way. I really, really love the shade. So once again, this is by Fenty Beauty. I don't know what the name is. It's so faint. Gloss Bomb. I think she has other ones too, but get this one if you're going to get a gloss. Gloss Bomb Fenty Glow. I think that's the accurate name. It's so hard to read it because like it's so microscopically like small. You almost need like a microscope, but anyways, so the next one that I'm about to put on is the Holographic Lip Gloss by Milk Makeup. So this is like a nude kind of lip gloss. It has like duochrome kind of like a because you could see some pink in there, you could see peach, I even see a little bit of purpley hues. It really just depends on how the light reflects on it. So, but this is one of my favorite formulas by Milk Makeup. I love this formula. It just kind of gives you a little bit of something. It's hydrating. But once again, this is the shade called Mars by Milk Makeup. It's their holographic lip gloss. You know that shade, either it was Honey Love or Velvet Teddy that I wore for my wedding day? I topped that lipstick with this Cream Sheen Gloss by MAC, and this is the shade called Boy Bait. So I'm just going to swatch this on so you guys can see what it looks like on without any lipstick, but I really, really love it. So once again, this is the shade called Boy Bait by MAC. It's a little sticky, just to let you guys know, but nothing for you guys to be discouraged by when using this kind of lip formula. We are now down to the wire. We are on to the liquid lipsticks that are nudes. So first one I want to talk about is the Anastasia Beverly Hills liquid lipstick in the shade Stripped. I picked this up, you know, or I discovered this shade, I don't know, maybe last year sometime or the year before that, and was like, you know what, I really think I like this. I wanted, you know, just a nude liquid lipstick formula, because when you're getting married, you really want something to last a long time. So liquid lipsticks do that. But it's just a matter of finding the right formula that you're comfortable using. And sometimes the shade range is different for each one. So once again, this is by Anastasia Beverly Hills, and this is the shade called Stripped. I do recommend it. You can add a gloss and then it'll be, bam, a different lip look. The next shade is also by Anastasia Beverly Hills, and it almost reminds me of the shade Unicorn by Urban Decay. And because it's got that like very like, you see what I'm saying? Now, I didn't necessarily buy this for wearing it by itself. I wanted to pair it up with something, so let's continue swatching. So this is exactly what the shade looks like. As you could tell, it's like, whoa, girl, that's like really pale and peachy on you, and it is. But I like to pair this up with like a lip liner. It really depends on the lip look that I'm trying to achieve, but it's definitely one of my favorite like nudie kind of liquid lipsticks. And this one again is by Anastasia Beverly Hills in the shade My Milkshake Brings All the Boys to the Yard. This one is going to be very similar to the Anastasia Beverly Hills lipstick shade Milkshake, but I don't know. I was still attracted to it. I love their formula. This is by Stila. It's the Stale Day Liquid Lipstick, and this is in the shade Bellissima, and I have worn this before. This one's going to be a little bit more neon-y peachy than the Milkshake one. This one is a little bit patchy, just like the Milkshake one, so pairing it with a lip liner is probably going to be ideal when wearing this kind of a shade, but it's still a very beautiful shade, and I really love it. So once again, this is the shade Bellissima by Stila, and it's the Stale Day Liquid Lipstick. The next one actually came in one of my Ipsy boxes, and when I put it on, I really, really loved the formula, and I loved the shades. So this is definitely one that I do wear, and this one is Stockholm. That is the name of the shade. So it's a really pretty nude. I love that it's wearable. You can wear it either day or night. It's not too peachy, it's not too pinky, it's not too brown. It's like right in the happy middle. So anyhow, once again, this is the shade called Stockholm, and this is in by NYX, and it is the soft matte lipstick, or lip cream, I should say. So last year, Persona Cosmetics came out with their Season 1 matte liquid lipsticks. I ended up buying all three because those are all three shades that I could definitely wear, and I really love Sona, and I really am enjoying using her products. And so the shade that is also became one of my favorite nudes is this one right here called OG. So let's swatch it. One of the things that I really loved about this was not just the color, but I also loved the wand. The wand has a little bend in it, so if you could see it, it's really helpful for when you're putting on your lipstick to be a little bit more precise and not mess up. And almost like you can line your lips with it, which is really nice. So once again, this is the shade called OG by Persona Cosmetics. It does lean on the more brown side, but I love that about this nude. As you guys know, I own a lot of peachier nudes, and this is just one that I just felt like I needed for my collection. And I love the formula. I can't wait for her to come out with more. So anyway, sorry. Anyways, once again, this is a shade called OG. So this formula I absolutely love as well. I have almost every single color in their collection. Again, it is by Too Faced Cosmetics. It is their Melted Matte Liquid Lipstick. This is the shade called Sellout. Let's just put it on to show you guys why it's so good. So this is a little bit deeper in the nude family, I would say, but it's still, to me, a nude lipstick. And I really, really love the formula. It's almost like whipped and soft, and I love that it lasts all day. It doesn't cake up on my lips. It doesn't really dry it out. But once again, this is the shade called Sellout by Too Faced Cosmetics. You should get this one. This is a really good everyday shade. I should be wearing this more often because I forgot how much I really like it. This one I discovered when I bought the Becky G and ColourPop collab collection, and I really, really loved this lipstick. So this is the Ultra Satin Lip in the shade Mija, and so it's not going to be a matte really, it's going to be like a lipstick. Again, I love the wand on this as well. As this dries down a little bit, it does get a little bit deeper, but that's okay, because I think it's still a very beautiful color, a very wearable kind of nude shade, in my opinion. Now, this is my opinion. But once again, this is the shade called Mija by ColourPop from the Becky G and ColourPop collaboration. So my very, very last liquid lipstick is actually a liquid lip vinyl, and it is by Milk Makeup, and this is the shade Chillin'. So this could be considered like a mauve-y kind of nude, which I agree with, but I love it so much, and I feel like I was able to wear it with a lot of different eye looks and still feel like it's in the nude category. I love this formula. It's very opaque, maybe a little sticky, but you know, nothing to be like annoying, like it won't, you know, annoy you throughout the day. And I don't get that weird, like, you know, circle that you get around when you wear lip glosses. They call it the butthole lip. It's so disgusting. But anyways, once again, this is a shade called Chillin' by Milk Makeup. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I hope you guys are able to find your perfect nude. And I'll see you in the next video. And don't forget to like and subscribe. See ya. Bye.